Welcome, tech enthusiasts. Today, we dive into the exciting world of home entertainment as we unveil the best budget AV receivers of 2023. If you're searching for the perfect balance between price and performance, you're in the right place. We've rigorously tested and researched to bring you the top contenders that won't break the bank but will certainly elevate your audiovisual experience. Stay tuned for the ultimate guide to budget-friendly AV excellence. Let's get started. Number 5. The Denon AVR S570BT bears similarities to the majority of the television receivers that Denon has released in recent years. Volume and source select knobs are located on either side of the central display screen. The receiver's front is neat and orderly. Overall, the 570BT's appearance is comparable to most amps available on the market, albeit it won't take home any design accolades. Although the Denon AVR S570BT is regarded as their entry-level AV receiver, this tiny amplifier has a lot of functions. To begin with, the 570 supports 4K and 8K video. It can pass through Dolby Vision, HDR10+, HLG, HDR, and 4K at 120 Hz in addition to supporting 8K upscaling on all 4 HDMI inputs and 1 output. I didn't have great expectations going into the review because the Denon S570BT is regarded as an entry-level receiver. Still, I was impressed with the 570BT. The mid-range response of this receiver is among its most notable features. It has a genuine clarity to it that gives instruments and vocalists a clear, distinct sound. I turned on Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody and was astounded by the receiver's ability to handle Freddie Mercury's thunderous voice. He seemed to be singing just in front of me. I also listened to Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven and was astounded by the bass's richness and the guitar's depth. I had the impression that I was hearing the music for the first time again. Regardless of price, the Denon AVR S570BT is an excellent television receiver. This wouldn't work well in broad areas since it lacks the power of more expensive receivers. It won't let you down, though, if you put this in a modest to medium-sized room. Number 4. The Onkyo TX SR393 is precisely rectangular in design and has a brushed black finish. The gadget has an elegant appearance and a futuristic-looking UI with buttons for nearly anything you can think of. The front features an interface with the following controls, and it has a huge display that is legible from a distance of 2 to 3 feet. 3 presets, for stereo, movie, and music, as well as a music optimizer are included. The Onkyo TX SR393 is not too difficult to set up. All you need to do is plug in your speakers, connect all of your source devices, and turn it on. A configuration menu will appear on the screen as soon as the computer is turned on. The UI works, even though it can appear a little old. After that, the gadget will check to see if everything is successfully connected and provide you with a brief instruction on how to calibrate your system using the AccuEQ room correction program. The Onkyo TX SR393 is excellent for its pricing. We came to the conclusion that the small amplifier offers outstanding value for the money after viewing a few movies and playing a few games. The bass had the right amount of weight, and the depths were really impressive. Additionally, the speech was very clear, and the amplifier didn't require any adjustments to provide it. The gadget performs admirably when it comes to providing a home theater experience. The Onkyo TX SR393 boasts 4 HDMI inputs, 1 HDMI output, and 5 audio inputs for your various home theater speakers. These connections are simple to make to the device on the back of the device. The performance of the Onkyo TX SR393 amp is excellent for a mid-range or even entry-level device. It is a powerful device that produces clear vocals and bass. For those who had previously solely listened to the TV's built-in speakers, the device offers an entirely new experience and is more than sufficient for compact and mid-sized rooms. Number 3. The VSX 534 support for Dolby Atmos and DTS-X is a game-changer. It effortlessly adapts to various setups, allowing you to tailor your sound experience. Whether you opt for a traditional 5-speaker arrangement, simulate cinematic overhead effects with Dolby Atmos height virtualization, or experiment with DTS Virtual X sound, this receiver delivers unparalleled flexibility. The built-in Pioneer MCAC room correction software ensures your sound is finely tuned, regardless of your configuration. Connectivity options abound with this receiver. For HDMI 2.0 inputs and 1 output, supporting 4K at 60 Hz and HDCP 2.2 technology, ensure compatibility with the latest 4K Ultra HD sources and TVs, HDR10, HLG, and Dolby Vision support elevate your visual experience. For music enthusiasts, Bluetooth streaming, AM/FM tuner, and multiple audio inputs, including optical, coaxial, and RCA, cater to every source imaginable. Even vinyl lovers can rejoice by connecting their turntables through a separate phono preamp. The VSX 534 is not just a powerhouse, it's also incredibly user-friendly. A sleek design, coupled with a 1x4-inch headphone connection on the front panel and a remote control, ensures effortless operation. The inclusion of a USB Type-A port providing 5V by 1A power adds a modern touch. Additionally, Zone B line-level RCA stereo output enhances its versatility, making it a perfect fit for multi-room setups. The Pioneer VSX 534 Home Audio Smart AV receiver is a testament to Pioneer's legacy of audio excellence. It seamlessly blends nostalgia with cutting-edge technology, delivering a cinematic experience that will leave you in awe. Whether you're a movie buff, a music aficionado, or both, this receiver is your ticket to a world of immersive, high-quality sound. For anyone seeking a cost-effective yet feature-packed home theater system, the VSX 534 is the ultimate choice. Number 2. The most basic 5.2-channel receiver is the Sony STR-DH590. Although I often think AV receivers are ugly, the Sony STR-DH590 has a very sleek and attractive design. By AV receiver standards, the receiver is slim at slightly over 5 inches in height. I'm not sure if it's the receiver's dimensions or the front's imitation brushed metal finish, but something about this thing simply appeals to me visually. I enjoy it. The included remote control is easy to use and straightforward, making the device nearly ideal. The Sony 590 has 2 subwoofer outputs and 4 analog inputs on the back of it. Additionally, you receive one each of coaxial and digital optical. The left and right front speaker connections employ 5-way binding posts, and 3 of the speaker connections use clips. My only complaint with this receiver is that I wish there were 5-way speaker connections on every one of them, but I suppose that's just not possible in this world. There is a row of 4 HDMI ports and 1 HDMI output across the top of the 590. All the wonderful features of 4K video, such as HDCP 2.2, HDR10, HLG, Dolby Vision, 60p, and 4:4:4 color space, are supported by the HDMIs. The first thing you should do after taking the Sony STR-DH590 out of the box is calibrate it. Sony has included a calibration microphone to make this easier. The receiver will blast out a series of test tones once you plug in the microphone, which it will use to adjust the crossover and speaker levels. It just takes a few minutes to complete the full process. After it was done, I went back and checked the settings, and happily, everything seemed to be in working order. It's not surprising that the 590, an entry-level receiver, lacks built-in Wi-Fi, but it does feature built-in Bluetooth, so you can stream music from your preferred app, like Spotify. S-Force Pro Front Surround is another feature available on the Sony STR-DH590. Although it sounds like the moniker of Marvel's upcoming superhero team, it's not. It's a really great function, especially for cramped spaces. When activated, the receiver essentially uses its 2 front speakers to create the illusion of surround sound. The Sony STR-DH590 is an excellent compact amplifier. There aren't many other entry-level receivers with this kind of sound quality. In terms of sound quality, the Sony 590 sounds marginally better to me than the Yamaha RX V385. All things considered, the Sony STR-DH590 ought to be at the top of your choice if sound quality is your primary concern. Number 1. The Yamaha 5.1-channel RX V385 won't take home any design accolades in terms of looks. Since Yamaha hasn't updated the design of their amplifiers in a while, the 385 bears a striking resemblance to its predecessor. The receiver appears to be a standard rectangular box. The majority of AV receivers have the conventional array of input and preset selection buttons on the front. The Yamaha 385 comes with an easy-to-use remote that is arranged neatly. The Yamaha RX V385 has a decent amount of inputs for a low-end receiver. It features 1 optical input, 2 coaxial inputs, and a few analog audio inputs. You can stream audio files to the receiver by connecting a USB drive through the front USB port. The amplifier has Bluetooth, so you can stream music wirelessly even if it doesn't have built-in Wi-Fi. In addition to its 4 HDMI inputs, it offers one HDMI output that complies with HDCP 2.2. The 385's HDMIs support many of the current Ultra HD standards, such as HDR10, Dolby Vision, Hybrid Log Gamma, and BT.2020, if your 4K TV is equipped with one. Overall, the 385 features more inputs than we would often expect at this price range for an entry-level receiver. Although setting up the Yamaha 385 is easy, if you encounter difficulties, Yamaha has an AV setup guide that you can install on your tablet to help you connect your equipment. The 385's usage of binding posts for speaker hookups caught us off guard. It's good to see Yamaha go above and above when it comes to binding posts. Most entry-level amplifiers opt for less costly spring clips instead. They get 2 thumbs up from us for that. Yamaha recommends using YPAO, or Yamaha Parametric Room Acoustic Optimizer, to adjust your setup. In essence, you measure the sound levels in your room with the included microphone. The software then modifies the receiver appropriately to maximize the functionality of your equipment, taking into account the speaker performance and acoustics of your room. To get the most out of your new amp, the complete process just takes a few minutes and is highly recommended. Having a play with the Yamaha RX V385 was a pleasure. The 385 proved to be a powerful receiver for what was billed as an entry-level model. The 385 was able to show off its dynamic range in Avengers Endgame. The conversation was exact and unambiguous. The frenzied last combat was easily handled by the amp. In the final 30 minutes, our subwoofer came to life, with the 385 churning out tons of bass. In spite of this, the 385 scattered the sounds of the on-screen fight over our listening area, demonstrating exceptional spatial acuity. We then had a ride with Captain Marvel. Once more, the Yamaha 385 excelled in producing a loud and clear sound in our listening space. A potential shortcoming of the 385 could be its receiver's performance in larger spaces. The amp struggled to keep up when it was pushed to its utmost. The RX V385 from Yamaha is not your typical entry-level receiver. In addition to having several inputs, the receiver boasts a few features we wouldn't anticipate seeing on an amplifier at this price range. In terms of sound quality, the 385 appears larger than it actually is. Your home theater will look great when you pair this receiver with a high-quality set of speakers.